Rockwell Group is about 140 people, designers located in New York City. And so we try to tackle every problem as a unique problem, not just give you a design solution, but somehow invent something new and different. When we actually designed the very first W in New York City, and we tried to bring the very best aspects of boutique hotels. So we're one of many designers who work for W, but we did their very first one and the third one. So that first one, we also wanted to create a space that was very special for New York, so we created a big living room that had a fireplace, it had sofas. It was very unusual at that time to kind of bring that residential quality into a space of a hotel, which always been grand and more. And we worked on the third one in Union Square. We looked to the neighborhood, and the neighborhood was very different than the first one. It was actually the original location of the fashion district in New York. So we made details that were like corsets and women's kind of detailing. So the kind of the elements that you saw in the design subtly reflected the history and the locale. I think, as I said, we want to bring that kind of energy and buzz that's really present in all W's. There's kind of a living room that is kind of electric and interesting, and sort of it's a place you want to be in and you want to sort of celebrate. We want to bring that kind of energy and spirit into this design. And so we looked at making spaces that people would want to like stay in and be a part of, like a lounge and like a club. But we also looked at making a new solution. It's not like you're applying a cookie cutter solution to everyone, but it has a new motif, a new design spirit. And we looked at sort of the timelessness of nature, the mountains, the light and the wind that's in the mountains, and how that sort of reflects into this project. So we tried to make it kinetic, so that the wind is rustling through screens that we're creating, and dynamic screens that are kinetic, and that also it sort of patterns light like this. So in this case, we're trying to combine that dynamic energy with a sort of elements that are based on wind and light and water. I think this project is representative. It has this idea of a unique collaboration that creates something new and we haven't seen before. We add to that the ideas of a kinetic sculpture, dynamic movement, elements that are new and unique to this one. It has all the spirits of what is typical Rockwell, like we like to say DNA, are interested in storytelling, are interested in light, are interested in creating a beautiful setting. And so I think what's in terms of Asia is that Asia's always creating beautiful, modern, clean work, and I think our work sort of fits into that, but adds another dimension of narrative and storytelling. I think it's detail, looking at making sure that the detail follows through the original conception. So the quality of design, overall design is important, but the quality of detail that supports that is important.